Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me.
The casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Yeah. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck Jake Paul, they're gonna think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fighter.
Jake too big for Tank, you know? In reality, he's way too big for Tank.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis exploded after hearing Floyd Mayweather predict that Jake Paul would knock him out early. The tension between Tank and his former mentor has been growing for years, but this comment seems to have pushed him too far. Insiders say Davis felt totally disrespected by Floyd's public praise of Jake Paul, a YouTuber turned boxer still trying to prove himself. What started as a casual prediction quickly turned into a heated feud, with Davis firing back online and accusing Floyd of selling out boxing just for attention.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck him. And everybody including with him. I mean, with him.
Tank, question for you. You're a proud father.
Since this fight was first announced, everyone has been talking about the size difference. Veteran champion Terrence Crawford made his opinion clear. Jake Paul is just too big for Tank. He said that while Davis is powerful, explosive, and skilled, Jake's size changes everything. Crawford even warned that if Jake lands one solid punch, the fight could be over right there.
I wanted to get your take on the Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. They just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't have no reaction, you know? I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder, you know? If it's scripted, then it's going to be good for the fans to watch.
What do you mean by scripted? Like rigged?
Yeah, like scripted. Like,
but none of those guys want a fucking L, right?
I think it's not a real fight. I think it's because it can't be a real fight because they ain't in the same weight. So it'd be more like an exhibition.
I think it is an exhibition, but do you think they're like, but not one person saying like, yo, I'm going to fucking throw the match. You think?
I don't think.
Or you never know?
Yeah, I think they're going to go in there and spar. I don't think it's going to be you trying to kill me or I'm trying to kill you. You know, I think it's let's go in here and make this money.
Former MMA champion Daniel Cormier agreed with that view from a fighter's perspective. On his show, Cormier questioned the fairness of matching Davis with Paul, given their big weight gap. The problem is Jake's much bigger, he said. It's hard to see this as a fair fight. He explained that boxing usually keeps fighters in the same weight class to make things even. But that's not happening here. So, even if Davis is the better boxer, the physical difference could cost him the fight.
Boxing gets ridiculous. Gervonta Davis is fighting Jake Paul. Yesterday they had their first press conference. One of the most recognizable things is Jake Paul is huge compared to Gervonta Davis. And two, Gervonta Davis don't even know what weight they fighting, D.
Maximum weight of 195 pounds for this exhibition. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know.
Adding to the mismatch concerns, Cormier and others pointed to the massive weight gap. Reports note that Davis last fought around 136 pounds, while Paul has recently weighed close to 200. Cormier said Jake Paul has built his own path in boxing, but asked how anyone can take boxing's organization seriously when they approve such uneven fights. Many now see Jake's size not just as an advantage, but as something that might completely overpower Davis.
Yo, so Jake Paul is fighting Gervonta Davis. I'm serious. It's real. 199 in Paul's last fight, 133.8 for Davis in his last fight. I discussed that and so much more at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific at my YouTube channel. The link will be in my bio. But hey, I thought he was going to fight Anthony Joshua. How do you end up from Anthony Joshua to Tank Davis? I discuss.
Gervonta Davis responded to the criticism by saying it's a pattern in boxing. When someone stays on top too long, people turn on them. He compared it to Floyd Mayweather's career, saying fans loved Floyd at first, but started hating him once he was always in the spotlight. Davis believes the same thing is happening to him now, as public opinion shifts from admiration to constant criticism.
Gervonta a lot of boxing fans aren't happy with the fact you've taken this fight rather than the road rematch, fights with the likes of Shakur, Devin Haney, Teofimo, etc. What do you make of that reaction? And can we still expect to see those fights?
Why
in the
should I
future?
care what they think? When y'all switch every, somebody can have a bad day and y'all switching on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like why when it come to that?
Can we still expect to see any of those fights in the future though?
And y'all keep talking about fighting somebody. Didn't he just have a fight? And what happened? What happened? He won, right? But how you look in it? Exactly. But y'all say some different shit when it's me, right? Cause y'all want me to lose. When y'all see people in that limelight too long, they want to take that they want somebody else to come take that spot. That's why it's always like, come on, bro. That's what happened with Floyd. Y'all seen him too much, and once y'all seen him so much, y'all start hating on it. Like it turned from love to hate.
In interviews, Davis has said his dream fight would actually be against Floyd Mayweather, not because of hate, but to prove how far he's come since leaving Mayweather Promotions. Facing Floyd would be about legacy and pride. Many see the Jake Paul fight as Tank's chance to step out of Floyd's shadow and become boxing's biggest name. Just like Floyd once faced public backlash while dominating, Tank now feels that pressure too, and believes beating Jake Paul could start his own Mayweather moment.
What's your dream fight card?
Dream fight card?
Anybody.
So there's a couple fights on there. Me versus Floyd.
Okay. Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that.
A new deal, 7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. Get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about on those 7 names?
Whoever you name, they could be in it.
If I name some fighters, can you say yes or no?
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yep.
Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
Devin Haney.
Yep.
Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, but there's 2 people I already beat already, but yeah.
Errol Spence.
Outside the ring.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Yeah, September. November.
Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
Out of all of those guys, who do you think is the most difficult opponent for you?
Floyd Mayweather.
When asked who would be his toughest opponent, Lopez, Teofimo, or Floyd, Davis didn't hesitate. Floyd Mayweather. Tank has boldly claimed he's a more complete fighter than his former mentor. He believes his mix of power, timing, and ring IQ gives him an edge Floyd didn't have at his age. While Mayweather was known for defense, Tank says he brings both defense and explosive offense, a balance Floyd rarely showed.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than, like, Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
Floyd Mayweather, one of boxing's biggest legends, took Gervonta Davis under his wing when Davis was still a teenager. Floyd saw raw talent in him and wanted to shape him into a world champion. Their bond began with mutual respect. Floyd praised Davis often, and Davis thanked him for the mentorship and guidance that helped launch his career.
Floyd, let me ask you something about the business of all this. I asked you why you wanted to promote Tank when you first saw him, Gervonta Davis. Why do you think he's been able to connect with a crowd? Because he draws real crowds when he fights. That's hard to do in boxing. He gets announced at Ravens games, and he gets a big ovation, right? And now he's already fighting on pay-per-view. What is it about Tank that is connected commercially with an audience?
His aura. People like him. That mean streak he got. He got a boyish look. I mean, he's very marketable. As far as when you look at him, he's marketable. But when the bell rings, he's a killer, and that's what people want to see. That's no different from when I was fighting at super featherweight. When I was fighting at junior lightweight, the boyish look. But when I get in there, I wreck shop.
Their connection went deeper than contracts. it was about trust and growth. Davis often credited Floyd not just for his boxing skills, but also for teaching him confidence, focus, and the mindset needed to succeed. That foundation helped Tank become the world-class fighter he is today.
I was like, okay, I'm ready now. So they came pick me up. Then he took me to the dealership. He let me test drive this, and he also let me test drive a Charger. The Charger was too fast, and he was like, everybody at the gym have them.
That's true, they do.
Yeah, he was like, we want to get you something different. So.
Well, you're from Baltimore. You need a Jeep on the streets of Baltimore.
Yeah.
I've watched the news.
Yeah.
What did they say back home when everybody saw the story that Floyd Mayweather bought you a very expensive car?
Not only that he bought me an expensive car, he took me in.
Took you interest in you and your career, yeah?
Yeah, as a fighter, also as a, Floyd old enough to be my son, so I wouldn't say a big brother. So he, like a father figure and stuff like that. He took me in, and he been treating me good since I knew him. He been not only in the boxing, like working with me on boxing. He showed me like the business side and all that type stuff, and he showed me a lot, and I appreciate him and I love him forever for that.
In 2024, Davis cemented his status as one of boxing's most exciting fighters. His best performance came on June 15th against Frank Martin at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. After a slow start, Davis ended it in round 8 with a brutal left uppercut followed by a straight left hand that stopped Martin cold. It was his 28th knockout in 30 fights, a clear reminder that Tank remains one of the most dangerous punchers in the lightweight division.
A fantastic fighter, okay? So first and foremost, Tank is now 30-0 with 28 knockouts. It's like a 93% knockout ratio, which is crazy. I believe it's the highest knockout percentage of any current world champion, I believe. I would imagine Inoue is close to that, but pretty impressive anyway. He's 29 years old. He's a southpaw. He's 5'5"-ish, 5'5.5" maybe, height-wise, and he has a good reach of 67.5 inches. He's got an extensive amateur background with a great record.
But as Davis's career took off, his relationship with Mayweather began to crack. They started clashing over control and respect. Davis felt Floyd tried to control too many of his career moves, while Floyd thought Davis wasn't showing enough loyalty after all the support he gave.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore, and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel, and he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you." He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. He basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you, And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. With that's what I was real. That's what I was told at the time. So
that set you off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him, and I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of this.
Deal. He don't know about that yet, but that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing.
This is exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank don't cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
Boxing legend Shane Mosley spoke on the rift, comparing it to his own experience with his son. He said Floyd might have held Davis back by staying too involved and not letting Tank shine on his own.
How you feel about Floyd and Tank beefing online?
I seen a little bit. I like both guys, so it's like I know Gervonta has his issues with Floyd, and You know, Floyd has a big ego where he wants to, you know, be the man on top, and Gervonta trying to get on top, but it seemed like he has to get from under Floyd because Floyd's a big man. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard. It's kind of it kind of reminds me of me and my son. Like I kind of like got myself away and let him do his own thing and let him have his own glory, his own, you know, his own glory, his own life. You know what I'm saying? So me being there all the time will shadow over all this stuff. Sometimes, not intentionally. I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm not trying to be like I don't care about him. I want him to be the best. But me being too close to him all the time takes away a little bit of his shadow, a little bit of his shine. So I need to be. I'm still going to tell him everything he needs to know. I'll get in the ring with him, spar with him, do all kinds of stuff. But he has his own coach. He has his own manager. He has his own team. He has his own family. He has his own, you know, his own stuff.
Things got worse after both started trading shots publicly and online. Davis accused Floyd of trying to keep the spotlight on himself instead of letting him grow. Floyd fired back, calling Tank ungrateful and undisciplined. Then Ryan Garcia stirred things up even more by claiming the real reason behind their fallout was personal, that Davis allegedly dated Floyd's daughter, Yaya. If true, that would explain the deep tension between them and why a fight between the two would be highly emotional.
Gervonta.
I mean,
That's dirty.
I already knew about all that though. Once Gervonta Floyd Mayweather's daughter, and that's not even a secret. That's not even like that's not something I'm exposing.
Oh wow, that's
After somebody did that to my daughter, it's
Right,
like,
I thought you and Shakur had the deal that you were gonna fight after the Haiti fight, and he said you were gonna lose.
y'all not even gonna like try to respond to that, but you guys are some pussies.
Nah, that's crazy. That's a fight right there. It's facts. Back to you.
That's a fight, bro. That's a fight for sure.
Ryan, are you coming to the fight in July in Dallas with Mike Tyson?
yeah, he's coming.
Of course.
Okay.
You're out here.
Gervonta Davis is gay.
Allegedly. Yo.
His dancer says it all. No, but that's okay if all right, say Gervonta, right? Because I've heard stories of Gervonta. Some girl told me that she put her fingers in his. That's fine. Hey, wait. Oh,
what are you talking about? Allegedly.
Allegedly. At the end of the day, bro. Do I have messages to prove it? Yes. But will I do
I
it?
will say Gervonta is a very pretty name for a man. I'll say that. Back to you.
No, his new name is Abdul Wahid.
Ryan Garcia also criticized the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight, calling it a disgrace to boxing. He said the huge difference in size and weight makes it more like a show than a real contest. Garcia argued that fans are being fooled into thinking it's a fair fight, when Davis is fighting way above his natural weight class. He said modern boxing now values money and entertainment more than fair competition, and this fight proves it.
Bro, that's a fucking disgrace of a fight.
Yeah.
You know it. Just like the Mike Tyson, low-key was a disgrace, but we accepted it. But
yeah,
he was 60 years old. I mean, the casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
And if Gervonta Davis doesn't Jake Paul, they're going to think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fighter.
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis, he's actually really small. Like, when I fought him, like, he's small.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a very unfair fight.